Hello everybody, welcome to Atlas TV. My name's Karl, this is
Greg.
So we're here to do a review on a 2,000 point Eldar list. What do you mean Eldar? It's Aeldari. No, it's Eldar! Okay?
Space Elves.
Space Elves, absolutely. This is one of the first armies I ever collected. And what we're going to do is like the old formats as well. We're just going to go through the list from HQ, Troop, Fast Attack, and then Transport, and Elites. There's one unit of Elites in here.
How much of this Aeldari have you got?
Total, I've probably got about 16,000 points, I think, of Eldar.
Because I know you've got the giant one.
Yep.
I know nothing about Eldar.
So,
I've just started looking at collecting them, as you know.
Revenant Titan.
Right.
Yep. We're going to get the bigger one soon as well.
The really, like,
it's one of the it's one of the largest Titans in the game. We're going to get one of that. I can't remember the bloody name. We're going to have Phoenix. No, that's not right. Phantom. That's what it's called. Phantom. So I'm going to get a Phantom for the army as well, because why not?
Why not?
Why not? You know, I've got access to grown-up money these days, so it's fine. Yeah, I've got loads of, like, the Cobra is probably one of the best tanks in the game. If anyone's ever played against my Cobra, they know exactly what I'm on about.
They're the ones that just kill most every point, man.
Yeah, you point at a knight, it's dead. The knight player's like, that's great.
That was happening.
I got loads of things. What I might do is once I fully painted it.
16,000 points worth.
Probably about 8,000 unpainted.
Yeah.
So I could do that in a couple of weeks. But I'd do an army review and I get the whole thing out. It'd probably take two tables.
Yeah.
We can get it out and we can just talk about why I've picked these units. The majority of the times because I could.
Because they look cool.
Yeah.
That's my usual one.
Yes. I think I've got about 30 odd tanks.
That's like a guard level, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like Lynxes as well, which is the Forge World heavy support. I've got 4 fire prisons. Why, I don't know. I like Night Spinners now. They're really good. I really enjoy the rules, and I've used it a couple of times. But typically, this is what I would take. If I was going to do a 2,000 point Eldar list, this is what I would take. I've used this about 4 or 5 times now.
There's a lot of bikes.
There's a lot of bikes. It's very fast, this army. It's extremely quick. Everything is mounted. Because I think if you're Eldar, you want to be able to apply pressure on the table where you want to do what you want in the movement phase, and this army allows you to do that.
You've got a lot of metal sculpts here. Are these
still
the current ones, or have they brought out new ones?
No. These are original metal scopes. Sculpts.
Scopes are going rifles, mate.
Yeah. So they are metal ones. So after that came Failcast. And you all know what I'm talking about when I say Failcast.
There's a lot of it, Lord of the Rings.
Mate, seriously. Like the striking scorpions, like the sword comes, it's like...
Yeah, all the spears like that, they're all bending the wrong way.
What the expectation was when the new Codex came out, we would get rid of Failcast, and we'd get all plastic ones.
Yeah.
Obviously now you've got the Howling Banshees are plastic.
Yep.
And the expectation was to get plastic models, but that happened. And Dark Reapers, we've got the Dark Reapers.
Oh yeah, that was one of the late ones, wasn't it?
I've got 15 Dark Reapers, mate.
I don't know what they do. I'm about to find out.
They're amazing.
Are they?
Well, they are and they aren't. So back when you could have 10 in a unit, imagine 10 strength 8 weapons.
That's quite a lot.
It's quite a lot. It's quite cool, right? Now you can have a maximum of 5 in the unit.
So in Aeldari, in their sense, or Eldar, or Space Elves, what's the strength of their army?
Speed.
It is speed.
Speed, applying pressure.
Are they a glass cannon?
Not like Dark Eldar. So Dark Eldar have got the speed, they got the guns.
Yeah.
But if you start shooting at them, they die very, very quickly.
I'm a town player. I have one phase to play.
Yes, of course.
I do it quite well, but it's just one phase.
Eldar are quite active in the movement, in the psychic, in the shooting, and if you take the right army, the combat phase. Now, we'll talk about Striking Scorpion's combat ability in a sec because they're the best. Psh! End of. No more discussion. Done. Right, and I'll explain my reason for that. And everything is just my opinion. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the HQ and work our way down. So if you've got any questions, Craig, I've got Battlescribe up on my phone.
Yep.
It's an Android phone, guys.
So it's okay.
It's okay. All the panic, all the drama, I've never known anything quite like it. It's hilarious.
Well, see, for that you've got to use the other app that...
Oh, it's so shit. The Warhammer app is so
I was trying to avoid them.
Mate,
never mind.
If something you might as well say it because it really is. I've used it
I've got to beep all those out.
Like I did I was going to do a video years ago, a review when it first came out of that and Battlescribe, and unfortunately Battlescribe was just so much better in every single way that I just deleted it and got rid of it because I just ranted for hours. So I always go with an autarch. It's a very cheap HQ choice, only 105 points, the one I take. So what I like to tend to do is I give him Fate's Messenger as his trait, which is once per turn I can ignore all damage.
And that now costs a CP?
No.
Not under...
Oh yeah, so because of...
With Nelflin and all that kind of stuff.
I'm not even going to get started on the bullshit that is CP in 9th edition. GW have really messed it up.
You're digressing again.
But people are like, oh no, it's alright, shut up you snowflake. It's not, it's crap. What's the point in having like 4 pages of stratagems if you can't piss and use them because you have to buy your warlord trait with a stratagem, with a CP now.
Use one a turn.
Your relic.
You got enough CP, you at least get 1 CP a turn.
Yeah,
You just got to pick which one to use.
Oh, one stratagem. Oh, what's the point in 4 pages of it?
I've got like 30 of them.
You might as well just like, this is why I think Eldar is so strong, because of Strands of Fate.
Yes, which is one of the new mechanics that some of the newer armies coming out have now got, because old codexes, so we're talking Space Marines, Necron, stuff like that, didn't have anything like this coming in. But then the latest releases, when I guess they kind of had this idea in the pipe work, you've got Strands of Fate for them. Dark Eldar got a similar one, same thing?
They got Power from Pain, which is different, and it's not dice, it gives them buffs. Like, so after turn 2 they can advance and charge.
And then you got the Sisters have got their dice mechanic where they can bring extra ones in as well. So it's all ways of getting that extra edge without actually spending CP in the first place, which is really, really, really good.
It is good. It gives the game a little bit more panaz. It's a bit of like fucking spices and herbs. Do you know what I mean? It's not just a bland piece of chicken.
So is an auto like a captain? It's like a mid-layer. Is it like a mid-range?
If you can imagine a Guardian that's so bloody goddamn good.
Yeah.
He's an auto, so he's like a captain, effectively,
Yeah.
So I put him on a jet bike because the whole premise of this army is to be able to put them where I want them, and not have anyone sort of interrupt that in my movement phase. So he has a 4 shield, so he gets a 4 up in Vun. Now this is really cool, and this upsets a couple of armies. Path of Command, which is his aura. So anything core reroll 1s, which is good. It's not what I was on about. Ride the Wind. Each time this unit advances, I add 6 to the move characteristics rather than rolling a dice, which is quite cool. I've had to spend a CP to give him a relic because of bullshit, and I've had to spend a CP to give him a warlord trait because of bullshit. Now the relic I've given him is something called Sunstorm, which is a bike, which allows him to have a 20-inch move, but also gives him offset.
Like half the board.
Yeah, but he gets offset.
Okay.
Which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And the weapon he has a power sword, and on the bike he has not a power sword, sorry, a laser lance, which is in melee +1 strength, so he's strength 4, AP dash -4, damage 2, and each time he fights with this weapon, if the bearer has made a charge to move this turn, that attacker's strength characters are +3. So when
he's
he charges,
6 on the charge.
Yes, and he's very hard to deal with because he does have that 4-up save. He's only toughness 4, but he's got a 3-up save. He's got a 4-up in Vun. You get him into combat. First turn you can get him into combat, no problem at all, and he's just a bit annoying. Yeah. But the great thing with the Autox, this is what I wanted to talk about a second ago, is that he gets to roll 2 failed hits, 2 failed wounds per phase.
Oh, okay.
Not just 1. 2.
That's cool.
Which is really, really cool. What's that Mortarion? He doesn't know. Mortarion is back! Still unpainted. After all these years. But yeah, I know, mate, you get armor of content. I know, and he doesn't. It's alright, mate. It's alright. Calm it down. I know you want to flap your wings at him. I know. Go away.
Such a weird
he's going. He's going. But that's Mortarion. He's still grey, guys. I know you wanted to see him. He's still grey. I will paint him.
Will you? No. He'll be forever grey.
Forever grey. Forever grey.
Back on the shelf somewhere.
Yes. So I take an Autarch. I then take a Farseer, again on a jet bike. I actually don't see any point in taking Farseers not on a jet bike.
Are they the same kind of level as an Autarch? Or
He's a Psyker.
Okay, so it's a wizard.
Yeah.
Space wizard.
He's a wizard, Harry. Let's find his rules. I got the Codex, but I don't really need it. But it makes it look good on the film, doesn't it?
Well, we've got 2 of them here, so I got Autarch Skyrun. That's the wrong thing.
So I put them on bikes so that they can keep up with the rest of the army.
Well, yeah, just pointless having a support man
at the back
the table at the back of the game, isn't it?
Waiting, hey, can I have a lift, please? Although Wave Serpents, we're getting to them, they've got a larger capacity. But take a Farseer on a bike, take the Warlocks on the bike, because they can move your army, they keep up, and they can cast powers where and when they want. It's basically a do-what-you-want unit, which is always quite handy to have.
So I'm guessing he buffs close units.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the Farseer quickly. So the powers I give him is Doom. So basically, I can a core unit can reroll wound rolls against an enemy unit. So it goes
All of them, not once.
All of them.
Oh, that's cool.
So it can go that big mother trucker unit there.
Yeah.
My whole army can reroll the wounds on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you
it's not just one attack. It's
so if you really want to kill something,
like a
you
riptide.
do it. Yeah, like a riptide. I also give it guide, so it allows core units to reroll hit rolls as well.
Yep.
So we can go. I'm going to cast guide on this unit. And that's 27 strength 6 -1 damage 2 shots.
That's a lot of output.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jet bikes are probably one of the best units in the game because of their minimal cost and the damage output and the speed that what they can do as well. And what I also take is the Spirit Stone of Athalan, which is, oh, by the way, it's Baltan, because although these are red, they will be painted green at some point. It's a Baltan army because I get to reroll 1 hit wound.
Per shooting unit or per phase?
Yeah. So, for example, 2 missile launchers,
Yeah.
freeze to hit, I roll it, I get a 1, I get a 3,
Yeah.
I reroll that 1.
Yeah.
And that's every unit.
Oh, that's cool.
So I like that because of that.
Yeah. Is there any caveat for that? Like, must be the closest unit or within 12 or not? No, it's just table wide.
Yeah. So don't worry about the CP, I got you.
Yeah.
So don't worry, GW, trying to nerf my armies. It's alright, Baltan's got your back, boys. And obviously with the Farseer, you get the Strands of Fate dice, which is roll 5, and each one of those dice means something. I won't go into that because everybody knows what those rules are anyway. I really want to focus on just talking about this list. So the Farseer's on a bike as well. He's got a Shining Spear, which is basically a range 12, soak 1, strength 9, no AP, flat 3 damage. But in combat, it always wounds on a 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun. And he's got a pistol and he's got twin shuriken catapults on there. And that's the other thing, because of the relic I've given him, so I've had to pay another CP.
That's all your CP, isn't it?
No, you start with 6, didn't you?
I do. I don't.
Yeah, it's a battalion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got 2 left.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, you're only taking 1 unit. Of course, no Warlord Trail. Second one.
Yeah. So what the Spirit Stone does is basically he knows an extra power. So normally they know 2, they can cast 2 and deny 2, but he can cast 3 and deny 2, which is really cool because the Will of Assyrian. So when you start your Eldar army, when you start playing it, this is a really cool psychic power. So if manifested, select 1 friendly Craftworld Assyrian core or Craftworld character within 18 of the psychic until the start of your next psychic phase. That unit gains objective secured.
Oh, that's cool.
So not everything's core is obsec.
Yeah.
So like Wraithguard.
Yeah.
Put unit 10 Wraithguard on an objective and make them objective secured.
Yeah.
It's really fun. That's it. And if this performs an action, you can still make attacks with ranged weapons without that action failing.
So things like banners and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so if you want to raise the banner, so if you've got a unit of Die Avengers, which are really handy at shooting, which doesn't have obsec and it's on an objective, you want to go, right, your obsec, you want to do the banners, and then you want to fire your guns.
Yep.
It's really, really cool.
That's cool.
Okay, so then what I like to do is 3 units of Guardians. That's it.
And they're the base troop. They're just the standards.
Base troops. But I still like them because obviously they have the shuriken rule. So if any 6s to wound, they're AP 4.
Which is good against Marines now with their contempt.
Armour of Contempt! Which every flipping thing has. So I was playing a game on Tuesday. Sorry, I'm about to rant.
Here we go.
It was a pre-warning. So on Tuesday I played a really cool game. I was playing with my mate Rich, who had Dark Eldar.
Yep.
He brought all the Dark Lances, and we were playing against Imperial Guard and Eldar.
Yep.
I brought my Grey Knights.
Standard.
Yeah, because I love Grey Knights. I think they're a fun army to play with.
Baby carriers all round.
Yeah, well, you saw the army.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers, guys, for focusing on me turn 1 and leaving the Dark Eldar alone. You knew what the threat was in that game. In the Armour of Content rule, right? Do you know the Mortarian who just interrupted us?
Yes.
He gets Armour of Content.
Which is ridiculous.
Right? Grey Knight, Dread Knights, it states in the rule of Armour of Content, Grey Knights, we don't like them, we hate them, so they're not getting, the baby carriers aren't getting Armour of Content. Fuck you, Grey Knight players. Yeah.
But even Guard tanks get it.
Yeah, so trying to kill Guard tanks, so I charged a Dread Knight into a Guard tank, right? Should be easy, should be lambs to the slaughter. No, Armour of Content.
But then, and what's their normal save? 2?
Their normal save is 2.
Yeah.
So obviously anything it could go down to a 1. So like the sword is like AP 4, so it's AP 3.
Yeah.
So he's going up to like a 5 up save, whereas normally it'd be a 6.
Yeah.
And he was saving them and
Ridiculous.
Cheers, GW. I know you love Grey Knights so much, but we digress. So each unit of Guardians are in a Wave Serpent. Probably one of the best transports in the game, bar none. Would you like to know why?
Is it because they got a built-in transhuman?
Yeah, they do.
Because for my army,
you haven't got enough, Craig.
No, I need more. I've got to start somewhere.
So I've got 4 here. There's another 6 somewhere over there somewhere, because they're amazing. So let's talk about the Wave Serpent. So the Serpent Shield's always been good.
Yep.
It's always done something really, really cool. But now it gives them a 5 pin bun.
Right.
And it gives them built-in transhuman. So you can only wound these on a 4. Yep. And what I do is all mine are armed with shuriken cannons and missile launchers. Now, a lot of people will say our Bright Lancers are the ones to go for, but I really like missile launchers for its flexibility. So as you can see, there's not a lot of anti-tank. There's a Viper, but we'll get to that in a second. So a missile launcher for Eldar is like a strength 8.
I'm just looking at it here. So the missile launcher, you've got 2 different profiles, either a heavy 2 or a heavy 2d6.
Yeah, so it's anti-tank and anti-infantry, which is quite nice. Strength 8, AP 2, d6 damage, 2 shots, 48-inch range. It's quite good. I like it, you know. And the missile launcher, again, is strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. So if you're coming up against orcs, you've got 8d6 shots against orcs.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite handy to have shuriken cannons. And then I always arm them with crystal targeting matrix.
Right.
Which costs 10 points, Craig. Which each time this model makes a range attack, you can ignore any or all modifiers to the hit roll.
Nice.
10 points.
Steal.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, if you're not doing that on your tanks for Eldar, you need to re-look at the rules because it's fantastic. So that's the Guardians. That's the tanks. I then, as you can see in front of you, I take 2 units of exactly the same Eldar jet bikes. Okay, they're called Wind Riders. They, each model in this unit can make an attack with its twin shuriken catapults, but we don't do that because we have shuriken cannons. So we've got 9 shuriken cannons on them, which is a heavy 3, strength 6, AP 1, damage 2 weapon.
Nice.
Yeah, and they've both got that, and obviously you have one flying around with the Autox, so you can reroll 1s.
Yep.
But if you want to guide one, you can do that.
Yep.
So they're really, really effective, and they are literally there to just clear out infantry.
Yeah.
You can pump them into light tanks, no sweat. I mean, their movement, Craig, is movement 16.
Nice.
Right, so they can keep up with the Autoc if they want to, no problem at all. They auto advance 6 inches as well.
Does most of this army auto advance?
Pretty much, yeah. So if you think, and they've also got something called Battle Focus, which after they shoot, they can move out of the way.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you can.
Is that army wide or is that specific?
Yeah. Pretty much everything's got.
Oh, okay.
But I think, let me just check. I don't think
that's a CP for us in Tau for one unit compare CP to shoot and then move afterwards.
You're not a million years old, mate. You're Tau, innit? Do you know what I mean? Get back.
Advanced race though.
Yeah, no. Wraith Guard can do it. Wraith Lords can do it. Because they've got core, or is it Battle Focus? Is the core word for that? Let me just check. That could be a thing. No.
Battle Focus is in the ability section of the Wind Riders.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So pretty much most things in the army can do it, apart from the big stuff. Well, I think even the big stuff can. It's quite good. It's very cool. We'll chuck it out. But yeah, you can fire and run away.
Nice.
D6 inches, but it's better than nothing. You can try and hide behind a building. You can move on to an objective, but you still get your firepower out there, which is really, really cool. I really like Eldar as well. So next, I did a competitive battle list years ago on the channel about Eldar, and I said Vipers. Vipers are amazing. And they laughed at me. Dale and Neil laughed at me. And if you've watched it or listened to it, you would know this.
Is that the one on the end there?
It is a Viper, baby! So the Viper is 55 points. It's movement 16. It has a bright lance on it, so it's heavy 1, range 36, strength 8, AP 4, D3 plus 3 damage.
That's quite a heavy hitter.
You sit it on your back objective. It's got the fly keyword, so it can buzz around.
Yeah.
It's irritating because they don't seem to die. And you can have a squad of 3 of them. All of them are bright lances, and that will cost you 165 points.
Which is a cheap option at the back of the board.
Just to go, yeah, bah, 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 yeah, bah, 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 like that. They're really, really good. Movement's fantastic. Really, really like them. I've got 4, I think, so I need 2 more.
Right.
So I run in the multiples of 3.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're going to play a game, you spam what you like. So I've spammed Wave Serpents, Guardians, and Bikes.
So in terms of this list here, we know it's fast.
Yeah.
It's mobile. Is it mainly a shooting army? Do the bikes have a close combat option?
Yeah, you don't really can.
Not
if you want
really.
To. Yeah.
It's like a crisis suit team. We just kind of shoot at everything and then kind of, no thank you, we'll stop there.
Yeah, we're just going to keep at 24 inches and just pepper you for the rest of the game. Because they're really irritating because, there are things that you can do. If you wanted to bring Warlocks in, you can give them +1 to their armor save, -1 to hit and stuff like that. So it makes them really, really durable. And if you think the whole unit is only like 260 points.
Still quite a cheap unit.
Yeah, it's a really cheap unit just to be irritating. And if you wanted to, if you were going to set up and you've got terrain heavy, because every 40k game should be terrain heavy.
Yeah, it's just massive buildings.
Hide them behind a building. And use them as an ambush unit. Mm-hmm. Fill in a gap in the battle line where you feel them, because they've got that movement, that ability to do that. Because they can fly. They
haven't got advance and shoot, have they, or not? Or...
No, they've got heavy weapons, so they can't do that. So if you arm them with the shuriken catapults, which people do, which make them 10 points cheaper, so the unit would only be, it would be 90 points cheaper, so it would be 180, something like that.
But that's only strength 4.
But shuriken. Any 6s to wound, and if you're holding an objective, you get to reroll 1s and stuff like that with that, which is quite nice, and that's great on the Guardians as well. So basically now we've covered fast attack, HQ, troops, and their transports. We're now going to cover the only elite choice you need to take in an Eldar army.
That'll be these guys over here.
That'll be the Striking Scorpions. Okay?
Striking Scorpion.
So they've always had okay rules for Striking Scorpions. I've had to proxy a couple because I can't find them in my case, really. So Striking Scorpion, that unit is 200 points. The Wave Serpent is armed exactly like the others. So it's just a mirror. There's 10 of them in the squad. The Exarch, his power is Crushing Blow. Which basically, Crushing Blow and Biting Blade is the weapon I've chosen. So when you choose an Exarch for the unit, you get like +1 attack for Striking Scorpions.
Right. They've got each Exarch's got different power depending on which unit it is, isn't it?
Yeah. So you can only take. There's 3 powers that you can have. And the actual ones for Striking Scorpion are really good. But when you pick a Exarch, you then get these benefits of one of these. So the Striking Scorpion gets +1 attack, which is really good because I'll tell you why. So he's got Crushing Blow, which basically each time this unit striking Exarch model makes a melee attack that targets a non-Titan unit, so pretty much everything apart from a Titan. If a hit is scored, that attack automatically wounds a target.
Cool.
So you take away.
And he's hit with 5 attacks with the bonus.
But with the Biting Blade,
he gets more, does he?
He gets more. I think you can get.
It's 2 additional attacks.
2 additional attacks per hit. So basic, 6 plus that other one, so 7 attacks. Which is really, really nice. You don't get the Mandy Blasters, so with Striking Scorpions, each time the bearer makes a melee attack that targets a non-vehicle unit, an unmodified wound roll of 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target.
So he loses that ability.
But
he gets extra attacks.
So if you imagine you've got 7 attacks, you're hitting on 3s. You get the majority of those anyway. If you're guided, you can reroll that as well, because they're core units. So say, for example, you get 7 attacks, 7 hits. It's AP2. Flat 2 damage, so there's potential of 14 wounds from one guy.
Nice marine killer.
I charged him into a unit of broadsides against John. And he went, you're a nasty man.
They're not built for fighting those things.
No, he was like, God damn it, I left them open. He was really upset with himself. But the Exarch went in and did some damage. And then the other 9 guys, if you think about it. Now, Bialtan, I haven't spoken about it, but they have exploding 6s.
What, army-wide?
It's a stratagem. 1 CP. So what I would do if I got those Striking Scorpions into combat, I would use that 1 CP. I'd save it.
I'm assuming that's melee or shooting.
Just melee.
Oh, just melee. Okay.
Or shooting. I think it's shooting actually as well. I think it's just exploding 6s.
Go to your page of 30 strats.
It's
a specific strat.
Use this stratagem in your shooting phase or fight phase.
There we go.
So that's really, it's good. So for example, say if you got those 7, you get a couple of 6s in there. Add a couple more.
Nice.
It's really nice, and the whole unit will get that. So when the Striking Scorpions charge in, they they actually get, 3 attacks each?
Yeah.
So you got 9 times 3, which is 27?
Yes.
With exploding 6s.
So you're getting quite a lot in.
Yeah. Their basic weapon is +2 strength, -1 AP, 1 damage. But...
that's the claw, is it?
Chainsaw, just scorpion chainsaws. Yep. So you get an additional attack, so they're getting 4 attacks.
4 attacks.
Exploding 6s.
Exploding 6s, strength 5.
AP 1.
1 damage each.
So you charge them into a unit of Tau, just basic sort of troops.
Charge anything in the Tau, mate, we're screwed.
Yeah. Even Space Marines, I think, will struggle, because even those exploding 6s will then
just weight of dice.
Yeah, well, the weight of dice, those exploding 6s will then give you that opportunity to get the mortal wounds on the Mandy Blasters.
Do you know
6s to wound.
Do you know what I got the other day?
Go on.
Centurions.
They're amazing.
For my closet wolf army, there's not really too much.
Mate, I was going to take a list on Tuesday that included 6 Devastator Centurions, because I thought I was going to be playing... Actually,
they're the close range, aren't they?
No, they're shooty.
They're the shooty ones now, okay.
Yeah. And they had the grav guns and they had the missile launchers.
Grey Knights get them?
No, I was going to take Space Marines, but I left my Space Marine Codex here, not at home, so I couldn't do it. And I thought I was going to be taking against Custodes, because grav weapons and armor saver 3 or better is 2 damage. Which is nice,
yeah,
man.
Cool.
I should have took him anyway, because I played against pissing
Imperial Guard and
Lehman Russes.
Yeah.
All armor saves are 2. It's just as good. But yeah, so that's the only elite choice. That's my combat choice. Now, what I tend to do with them, I don't throw them away.
Right.
They are used.
Can you deep strike? Have they got anything of like hide in the clouds or wait till like a
I
free
think there's
version?
a stratagem,
stratagems.
but you only get like 1 stratagem these days, or 1 CP. From
I don't know if you had like because obviously Manta Strike's a towel thing, so you can put suits in the air. Or that kind of stuff. I don't know if they had like a.
There is stratagems that will allow you to put X amount of units, you deploy them and take them off the board. So if you wanted to, you could do that. But what this army is there basically to be is very oppressive, very quick into your face.
How far do these move?
14 inches. But you can give them a power.
Of course you can.
A bit of war gear to give an extra 3 inch movement, mate. Let me just double check that, because that's an interesting.
Wave Serpents.
16?
Star Engines add 3 inch, so it moves. 19.
19 inches if you want it to.
For a tank.
So, the boards are a lot smaller. But, I mean, a 19-inch movement's hilarious.
It's ridiculous. Obviously, I'm looking at... Well, I've started collecting this. Well, I've kind of gone for quite a melee Wraith kind of figurehead so far. I've got some bikes. I'm going to look at... After talking about them here, I'm going to look at getting them sorted.
Yeah.
But Tau, I like to... Well, big guns sit back, people go forward. The entire... this is the complete opposite of what I'm used to doing, of just... I'll wait here, I'll shoot as much as I can, then I'll do a bit of movement. Now it's a case of your entire plan is forward.
So this is an interesting thing to talk about, actually. So I've been playing Dark Eldar since 3rd edition.
Yeah.
And when Dark Eldar became insanely good in 9th edition, people were buying the armies, and then it wasn't working for them.
Yeah.
Because they're glass cannons.
Yeah.
You still have to manoeuvre them in the correct way to be able to get them where you want them to be able to impose your will on your opponent. That sounds really daft, doesn't it? Impose your will!
Well, it's about you controlling play, isn't it? Because if you don't gain that ball control. And it's something I quite struggle with. Obviously, I say again, the only army I'm confident at playing with is Tau. But I have to have some form of ball control. Otherwise, if I don't get, because I quite often use Cao Yung, so that's when things start happening in turns 3, 4, and 5. I can't sacrifice turns 1 and 2 and just say, have the board until I'm ready to fight.
You have to.
It's difficult because I have to sacrifice stuff.
So you're going to have to. And we can have a few demo games, and I'll help you as much as I can. I'm not the best player in the world, but I know things. And manoeuvring and positioning with Aeldar, any fast glass cannon. But these aren't glass cannons. These guys
are in the back.
You've played against them. They stay in the fight because they are so hard to kill. And they've only got 12 wounds, so they're not overpowered like, say, Lehman Russ.
This is a small gripe for Lehman Russes.
The thing is, I've got a guard army and I love it, so I should be happy, right? But that's my army, guys. Please leave some comments what your thoughts are, and what you like to take in your Eldar armies, or anything.
Or any experiences you've got of playing Eldar.
Or playing against them.
Yeah, certainly, either against or with. I mean, I'm going to need some ideas of how to play them.
Get into people's faces, be aggressive.
Get into people's faces and be aggressive.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm kind of leading with Wraith Guard at the moment and going with axes and shields.
Stick them in Wave Serpents.
Yeah.
Get them out
I've
the
got
board.
one.
You got 19-inch move, mate, if you want.
Well, good, because they've only got, what, 5?
Yeah,
I think the Knights
so
aren't
you
that
could
fast.
literally go and zoom straight across the board.
Yeah. Next turn, get out.
Say kill my Wave Serpent, please, I want you to.
Yeah.
And then you get out your Wraith Guard, and they're going to be shitting their little panties, isn't they? So, thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, click the bell button. Is that right? Is that
Comment when you can.
Comment. Let us know what you thought of this video. I haven't done one for a while, and I've really enjoyed doing it.
If there's any other armies you want to think about,
yes,
you can always
I've got
put it in the comment section. You've probably got all of them anyway.
Except for Orcs, because they're crap. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Carl. You've been
Greg.
Take it easy.
Cheers.
Bye. But we digress. So each unit of Guardians are in a Wave Serpent.
Yep.
Okay. Each Wave Serpent. Hello, mate. You alright?
That is some.
Yeah.
That is...
Waiting for the double flush, to be
I
honest.
guess, yeah.
So, Wave Serpents.